Is going to be spending an inordinate amount of time. 2002 party, right? At 2 States is orange.
Well, she has a new haircut. I had a haircut appointment at 1. It is 2:59. Needless to say, that appointment took me less than 2 hours, which is so awesome. It was like an hour and a half and I was out of there. That even includes my hairdresser running like 20-ish minutes, 30 minutes behind with her other clients. So your girl is happy. It was in and out. I decided to do the big chop for $20.25 and my hair has never felt healthier. Like it feels really, really good. I did a little bit of a bang just to fix my growing curtain bangs, just to give them a little bit of a swoop. And not only that, I have a lot of hair breakage here, so we have to kind of blend that in a little bit. But what do you guys think? My hair looks so shiny. I am a happy camper. Then your homegirl went to Publix to pick some stuff up for dinner, and I've never had these before, so I thought we would try them together. I am a huge fan of tostones. It's basically plantains when they're green, so let's do it. Oh, these are thinner than I expected, and they look delicious. I think someone's trying to park in front of me. See you at home. What do you think?
Oh my God. Holy crap, you cut it really short. It looks amazing.
She had, and I didn't even cut it here. It was already short here.
Oh my God, you look
And she had to fix it. You like it?
You look really good.
Yeah?
I like it a lot.
Y'all, dinner was so good. We had tacos. Daniel was so good about just chopping up the veggies and the stuff for the guac. And I just had to come home and cook the ground beef and we were set to go. So that is a great hack. That's the part of cooking that I hate. Just all the little steps I need to get done. But the fact that Daniel had half of it done, it's helping us stick with our budget this year. So I love that. Another thing that's gonna help me stick with my budget this year of kind of a low spend year and hopefully create some good habits, because like I said, we want to have kids, is these. I do my nails religiously, like at least once a month, and I used to do it back in the day when I was a little younger, in my early 20s. Now that I'm 30, I've just we went about being at the nail salon for 100 hours. I used to do my nails religiously every 2 weeks. Like once I saw a little bit of growth, I was like, ugh, and I had to go and get them done again, especially because I'm a nurse and so we're not even supposed to have our nails done, but I would do it. And I just, it started getting really expensive, especially after the pandemic. It was costing me like $75 just at a regular nail salon to get my nails done. And I had a lady who used to do my nails for $45 and I would just go to see her once a month. But unfortunately, she only does nails Monday through Friday and I work. So I decided we would try press-ons, and I tried Glamnetic press-ons. You guys know the ones. Actually, I have some. Literally in a spare of the moment thing, I had some Ulta gift cards and I decided to try out Glamnetic press-on nails. Those are the ones I got, like this cute pink chrome color. I haven't tried these yet because I tried these gold ones that they had that are really popular, but those were longer than these. I did them on like the 24th, I think, and I'm literally cooking for the 24th, and like accidentally hit my finger on something, the nail bent, and it just popped right on off. I was so annoyed, and the quality was it was from all the press-ons that I had ever tried, they were actually pretty darn good, but they started popping off like nobody's business. So Glamnetics, I'm sorry, it's a no for me. But just look at them, comparing them to this brand I got off of Amazon, not worth it. And then these are like $15. So I decided to try on some nails from Amazon. I actually have bought them from the Amazon storefront of a Instagram influencer, and she said they were really good. So I'm like, well, let me try them. And you guys, we are going on a week and a half with these nails, and they are looking so good. They're not too long. They would probably not look like that long on somebody who had longer nail beds, but if you can't tell, my nail beds are pretty small. And it's this brand called Mode Loans from Amazon is where I got them. They have a store on Amazon, and each of these cost like $8. And you guys, the shine is incredible. Again, I've had these for like a week, and I got a like blushy pink color. I got a nice lilac. I got a French green. I'm telling you, this is my buy from now on. I'm done with acrylics. They're just too expensive, and I think we're gonna be doing this at home from now on. It's just so easy when, yeah, let me not pop off a nail now, make a liar out of myself. It's just so easy when it's just you and your husband to spend money eating out, going out, and not being like super responsible with that. It's just super easy to do when it's just the two of you and you don't have like a kid. So yeah, we need to change those habits. Once we have a kid, we really want to have fun money, you know what I'm saying? A huge struggle for us was eating out all of the time. And as you can imagine, that's unhealthy. And when my husband was really sick, going through multi-organ failure as a result of COVID, which is, by the way, why we have this YouTube channel, I just kind of, I mean, it got to a point which I think is totally fine, it happens, where I just said, the heck with it. I am not gonna take care of myself. I'm gonna eat literally whatever I want, whenever I want. And I got really, really unhealthy. I gained 40 pounds. And aluminum foil, oh, that was heavy. And when I gained those 40 pounds, my PCOS got really bad. PCOS is cyst in the ovaries. Whoa, that's bright. And what ends up happening is your hormones get super out of whack. And it got to the point where I no longer was having periods, and it got a little scary. And I started to worry about my fertility. Oh, this thing is heavy. If you don't have a cast iron, what are you doing? This stuff is great. And I really started to kind of say, you know what, am I even ovulating? Which, if you have PCOS, that is a concern that you are no longer ovulating. Went to the doctor, I asked, because I did have an ultrasound where they found a big cyst in my ovary, and the doctor was not totally sure if I had PCOS or just happened to have a cyst in my ovary messing with my hormones. Now, with PCOS, I started to do my own research because it seems like doctors don't worry too much about it, and it does affect fertility, and it does affect your health in other really significant ways. PCOS can cause insulin resistance. Now, I am a nurse, but disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, so just talk to your healthcare professional about this, and do not be afraid to ask the questions and get the answers that you need. And if your doctor is not listening to your concerns, which are valid, because for me, I would feel like my concerns weren't, and then you don't want to start your trying to conceive journey to find out that you actually are having issues. And so birth control just wasn't the right option for me. I did not like how I felt. I felt sick. I didn't feel like myself. It like literally changed my personality. My husband was like, what is wrong with you, child? You are a hot mess and a half. Went to a primary doctor, and all of these GLP-1 or 2 medications were coming out. Mounjaro, Ozempic, all of that stuff. And I was like, could that be an option for me? She told me this will help you lose some weight, but most of it is going to be stabilizing those hormones. But it was really exciting for me to see the weight just come off of me, but I couldn't work out. I felt exhausted every day I did the injections. And to keep the story short, if you want me to make an entire video about my experience with Mounjaro, I would be more than happy to do that, because I think it's really important to talk about the realities of these medications and that they are not necessarily going to be the easy way out. All right, you guys, another thing that I am doing for 2025 to really have better habits is picking out my Sunday outfit the day before. So let me show you guys. And my husband's happy about that because I make us late every single Sunday. Kid you not, every single Sunday. I just came up with this outfit. It's giving Dior. It's getting, oh my God, I just got attacked by a bug, Daniel.
Really?
Like a little mosquito thing. Not okay. All right. So I am going to be wearing these shoes. Are from Zara. They were gifted to me by somebody at church. This skirt from Walmart, which is actually, it's a brown leather skirt that I turned inside out. And yeah, and I think it looks good. I like the sheen on it, but it's actually the lining of the inside of the pleather skirt. Yeah, and usually at this time on a Saturday, we would be out and about, either hanging out with friends, with family, out at a restaurant, doing 1,000 things, doing delicate markets. No, this is a year we prioritize rest since we're going to be doing so much more ministry. We prioritize time together. We're going to eat some pastries. We're going to get in the couch, and then we're going to continue watching our movie and finish the movie. We still have half of the movie left to go, and we're good. I'm probably going to steam this jacket in the morning or let it just hang in the shower while I take a shower tomorrow and call that done.
Morning has broken.
Para nosotros comenzar a escribir en ella la victoria, los triunfos, los favores, la gracia, la misericordia.
Which way do I follow? What happens tomorrow? I turn to you and hope you can guide the way. Sometimes I give up, just wanna be on my own. Even in the darkest times, you give me hope. So I lean on you when I've lost my way. I keep holding on for a better day. I lean on you when the world's astray. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. I left my heart open so you hear my prayer. In times that are changing and when hope is fading, I know I can turn to your embrace. 'Cause there's so much beauty under your heaven, and I'm grateful every day. Sometimes I give up, just
This is
wanna be
crazy.
on
So
my
many
own.
bees. So you might be seeing me wear this around. This is so
Even in
scary
the
to me right now.
darkest
Very
times, you
nervous.
give me hope.
Right, it is Monday, and I am now heading to church with hubby over here on the driver's seat. I literally rushed out of work, and then it's going to be a week full of prayer because we are in the first week of the year, and so we always do prayer services. A lot of the churches that we are kind of like been a part of, we're Assemblies of God ministers, so we have prayer from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. Well, actually on Friday we're not going to have prayer service. We're actually going to be doing a half vigil at the church. It's going to be from 9 p.m. to I think midnight. So it's going to be a very long week of ministry, but it's a really great way to get the year started. And this year I am going to prioritize these services, prioritize this week, so that in turn it's not stressful. Now I find this week usually to be super stressful because I don't prepare for it. I don't prioritize it. I don't set my outfits out. I don't plan the meals and everything so that we're able to quickly get in the car and as soon as I log off of work and go to church. But this year I am doing that. Daniel is helping. He handles dinner a lot of days just because I get out at 6, and we are going to prioritize this week. So we are really telling the Lord, hey, we want you to be in the driver's seat this year.
The preacher said God would never give more than I could handle on my own. But I don't know if I believe that to be true. 'Cause there've been some times when I've been all alone.
Oh, you guys, what a week this is turning out to be. It has been insane. It is 9:30 and we just got back from church. Not a bad time to get, home from church from a prayer service. It was just from 7 to 8. Not bad at all. But we are starting off this year with lots of prayer. We still have, this is day number 2. We're still going to be at church tomorrow, Wednesday. Me and Daniel are in charge of that, so I'm excited. I am a very hyper personality and very outgoing, and so sitting down to pray is hard for me. Oh, let me show you my outfit because it is so cute. So one thing that helps me be motivated, we're in a cute cute outfit. I know, prayer service, but I have this sweater that I bought at a boutique, and I wore my little charm necklace, and it's like a crop sweater, and you know we don't do crop around here, so I have like a black undershirt underneath, and then I have these boots that I pulled out of the vault, but they came out today to play. Yeah, just a really comfy and cozy outfit, but a cute outfit, you know what I mean? It motivates me to get out of the house. I don't care, it's like prayer service. Your homegirl has a full face of makeup and her hair done, and that just really motivates me to like get out of the house. You know what I mean? You girls get what I mean. Another way that I am getting ready for this new year is I am one of those people that is very self-aware. Okay, I consider myself to be very self-aware and emotionally intelligent, but those two things do not equal emotional health or mental health. Here, let me explain what I mean by that. So I am very highly aware of my shortcomings. Like, I know that I struggle with organization. I struggle with bad habits, like bad eating habits, but also bad habits like of what I consume in my mind, like social media. I do consume way too much social media, knowing that I need to stay off of it. I do constantly have a video playing in the background while I'm getting ready, while I'm doing things. I don't know if you've even caught that in my videos, but like, I swear there's always my phone propped up on something, and I'm listening to a podcast, I'm listening to a video, I'm listening to something. I have Gilmore Girls playing in the background. Like, I always have something, and sometimes our mind just really needs to rest and needs silence, and that is how we can recharge. And so I highly underestimate, and did in 2024, highly underestimate the importance of rest and the importance of taking time off of social media, time off from working, because sometimes if your hobby is your side hustle and you enjoy it so much, which is something that happens to me, you forget that it is work, that you're putting mental effort, mental work into what you are doing, and it still drains you. Even though it fills your cup in some ways, it can still drain you in your energy, and you do get tired. Like, we're not robots, we're human beings, and we need to rest, active rest. When you say no, right now I am going to do an activity, or I'm not going to do anything, or whatever, me actively doing something that replenishes my strength, replenishes my mind, and makes me feel renewed and refreshed. Decided I'm going to make some healthy habits, and I'm going to do it using one of these. And this is a planner. This was gifted to me just a few days ago. Some girls at church came up to me and gifted it to me. It's from Pura Vida Gifts, and it is a Spanish like agenda planner. It's Christian and has Bible verses throughout all of it. So I thought I would give you guys a tour of my planner for 2025. A lot can happen in a year, you guys. So much can happen in 1 year. And I know that because in 2021, my world was rocked. My world was turned upside down in a matter of hours. And I also saw from 1 year to the next how drastically our lives would be. You know, 1 year my husband is battling for his life. The next year he receives a kidney transplant, and 6 months later he's like back to work. Let me give you guys a tour of this cutie. So when you first open her up, I love the colors and how vibrant it is. It has a pocket here in the front, and I already am keeping a couple of things in there. Sheets of paper for some things at church for a women's retreat, and I have the announcements for that. Your homegirl is one of the speakers, so how cute is this flyer? And like, my picture is on there. I am right here in the corner. It's a really old picture of me, but it's really cute. And then I have a bunch of sticker sheets. So I ripped off these 2 sticker sheets from the back of this planner. As I use them up, I'm probably gonna buy more sticker sheets. I know on Amazon you can just look up planner sticker sheets. You know, I could do this electronically on my phone or my iPad. I've tried to do that in the past on GoodNotes. Doesn't work for me. I am a pen and paper kind of girl. You can see I've already started labeling, like I have a youth meeting coming up, I have a to-do list, and I've already been labeling that. If you want to see a video on how I plan for my life spiritually, as a follower of Christ, what I'm going to be doing, those habits that I'm going to be setting, but also as a business owner and minister. So if you guys want to see that, let me know and I will make a video dedicated just to that. But I went ahead and I wrote out my Bible verse for 2025. It says my weekly activities, and you color block the things that you do on a weekly basis. So I color block that I go to work, when I'm in church, and what that does for me is, like, visually, for me who has such a cluttered brain, I am able to see what the things are that I am dedicating my time to and how much free time I truly have. Lets me write out my objectives for the month, which for me, just to give you some examples of objectives that you can have for yourself for January or for 2025. Be more kind and patient to my husband. Touch your heart? Okay. I lose my patience a lot, and I'm starting to realize it's because I am disorganized and constantly overstimulated, which does not have to be a thing, does not need to be happening, but because I do too much, my capacity to have self-control and be a nice human being. So I'm like, it's my responsibility to get better at that. Rest more. That's a hard one for me. Read the Bible daily. Grow in healing my burnout. I want to monetize my YouTube channel, and I'm hoping that I can get it done this month, because your homegirl, my videos are so sporadic, and the algorithm, if I don't put videos out constantly, they don't break 1,000 views. And my goal is for my YouTube videos to break 1,000 views. So thank you for helping me with that goal, because you're watching this video. But also, if you comment, like, subscribe, that pushes out my video to more people. So if you want to help a girl out, I really want to monetize a side hustle. I want to step into that personal growth era because I need it. I'm in my healing era from my husband's COVID, journey, and getting a kidney transplant and being a caregiver for many years to a young husband, that now that he's doing better, it's time for me to work on myself. And I also put like a little to-do list, because we need to go to the dentist. Daniel needs to make a dermatology appointment. Like, there's little things like that need to get done, and I keep putting them off, but I'm like, no, we're not procrastinating anymore. So when you open up to the regular calendar page, it usually looks like this, like our bills and stuff like that. And then I went ahead and put like washi tape here. I actually cut out this calendar page from one of my planners, and I went ahead and put washi tape so that it would open up like so. And this is actually my delicate and social media planner. I get to have 2 calendars in one, because this one, like I said, I'm just gonna have my personal stuff, my church stuff, my bills, but this is the one for my business, and I wanted to keep that separate. When I have a planner that has this kind of like 3D feature, and stuff is like flipping up and opening up, and I just do this with washi tape. Doing things like this really help me visually, and it makes it fun for me, and so it helps me stick with my habit of being more organized, of updating our family calendar, of saying no to people, because you can see all the blue is all the things I need to get done for church, all the events I have coming up. I'm overwhelmed looking at that, and I tend to keep saying yes to things, and this reminds me to look at my calendar before I say anything to anyone, talk to my husband, and then we can both decide, hey, are we doing the most? And most of the time we're doing too much. You write out the things you learned the prior week, and here you put kind of the things that you're praying for and hoping for the upcoming week. So it kind of has this really cool feature of that. A little to-do list of things I want to ask. This is the year we get it together, y'all. This is the year. I am beat. I ran out of church today. I was like, gotta go, bye. God's been talking to me, and please don't mysticize that. Like, when I say God's talking to me, it's really like I'm reading the word, like worship lyrics are like standing out to me. Like I feel him impressing upon my heart so many things and taking me to the word. Like he took me to Romans chapter 5, chapter 11. So I really feel like I need to sit down and read the whole book of Romans. I think that is really where God's taking me. This week has been grueling, but I feel like such like a excitement. Like we are in the coldest month, and I'm a Floridian, and we don't do well when it gets cold. Like I've been so surprised that the church has been pretty full of people despite, you know, how cold it's been, because people usually stay home when it's cold. We actually have to be at church at 7:15, and there's a vigil that starts at 9. So we have to be at church over an hour and a half before the vigil. And then on Saturday, we have a ministers meeting. But I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys because God has been talking to me. I kind of always ask God, okay, what do you have for me this year? And I would say like maybe the last 2 or 3 years, I haven't really done that because I was in survival mode with what my husband went through. If I haven't mentioned it, or if you're new around here, my husband went through a multi-organ failure in 2021 as a result of COVID. And he actually ended up spending 3 months in the hospital where his lungs shut down, his kidneys shut down, and kidneys never recovered, his lungs did, but he does live with a partially collapsed lung. So he went into the worst state you could go with if you have COVID. Like he went into a really bad reaction to the COVID, ended up having to be put on artificial lung and everything. After that, he has to learn to eat on his own, breathe on his own, walk on his own, literally learn how to do everything, talk, everything. So he almost died. He spent 6 weeks intubated and sedated. So that is why I have this channel, because I want to inspire people, not only, you know, through my story, but like what God has done in his word. Finally, in 2024, I feel like I've arrived at a place where it's not about everything being perfect anymore. It's about obedience to the Lord. It's about trusting Him with my future again, because after what we went through, we really did have the perfect life. Like, we got married, we bought this beautiful house, we had 2 beautiful brand new cars, we had a business, we were really working towards my husband being able to do that business full time. Maybe one day I would join him. Everything was ripped from our hands, like our dreams and our hopes and all of these things that we wanted to do. And it made me so angry. And I got angry at God, and I got bitter with ministry. I remember telling my husband, I'll never preach again. Like, I'll never sing again. I will never do ministry again. Like, me and God, we're done. Like, I will go to church and I will be a Christian because, quite frankly, I just don't want to go to hell. But He doesn't have my heart. He doesn't have my mind. Like, me and God, we're just gonna be at a distance. Like, we ain't cool anymore. It was so damaging to me. I realized that I thought God owed me everything, and I had been such a good Christian for such a long time, had quote unquote done everything so right, but that is not what this is about. Serving God is because He's God. It's that simple. It's because He is God, and because I understand that He is sovereign above all, above every situation that I have been through. And so over the last couple of years, I felt my Bible reading decrease and my prayer time decreasing. And as we were getting into 2024, I really felt the Lord for months telling me, hey, I'm calling you back to spending more time in prayer, reading the Word more. You know, I've given you a break, I've given you space, but I'm calling you back to do what you've been called to do. I needed time to heal, to be quite honest. And of course, I was trying to heal without the Lord's help and didn't find that to be very fruitful, if you know what I mean. Like, it wasn't doing me any good. The Lord really spoke to me about this year about grace, because I've so have a personality where I want to do things on my own strength. I want to figure things out on my own wisdom, on my own understanding. And God has been teaching me, like, it's okay if you don't have all the answers and you don't know what to do in a certain situation and you feel stuck. Like, you are absolutely allowed to talk to me. You are absolutely allowed to ask me for help. But I've also been feeling like, hey, I try to make my YouTube channel and my socials about Delicate and about my business, but God is really calling me to do what He originally has always called me to do, which is to be a minister. And so that doesn't mean that I won't be doing any more Delicate videos. That doesn't mean I won't be showing you other things, but this is definitely going to be a channel about, you know, God and a girl's journey of following her dreams. But more than that is following God's instructions and His heart and His will for my life and for my family. And of course, all the girly things, because I am a girl's girl and I just love the girly things. So yeah, you know, there'll be beauty, vlogs, travel, ministry, and maybe some Delicate sprinkled in there, because my husband and I have taken on the youth ministry at our church, and we're going to be leading that this year. And for however long God tells us to do it, it might just be for a short season. We really don't know. But right now we feel like that's what we are to do now, and that's what we want to help with, and it's where our passion and kind of our purpose is aligning. So we're going to do it, and we are so excited, and I feel God's grace on this. And it says in Romans chapter 5, therefore, since we have been justified by faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ. Through Him we have also obtained access by faith into His grace, in which we stand, and we rejoice in hope of the glory of God. And this is a part that I really love, so just stick with me here. It says, not only that, but we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has given to us. You are in a season of life where you're feeling like you're pushing and pushing and pushing, and you're beating down doors, and you're like, I'm gonna make this happen, and it is not happening. It could possibly be because you are going against the will of God. And so many times I felt like that with Delicate. Like, I'm pushing it to happen, I'm pushing it to happen. And quite frankly, we had some really, like a really successful year in 2024. Like, we did so much better than I ever thought possible, to be super honest. Like, but it didn't satisfy me, quite honestly. Like, it was so interesting because, like, God, I want this, I want this, I want this. And I was like so hung-go, like, God, I'm gonna do this on my own strength. And really didn't feel like God's grace on it, because it didn't come with ease. Like, when it's God, grace is like a means to supernaturally do what we couldn't otherwise have done on our own. But for the foreseeable future, I am gonna take a break, and I'm gonna say, God, what do you want me to do with this? Because I really do feel there's something there that God wants me to do with Delicate, but I have to do it His way. That's the only way that I'll succeed. Look at the need in front of you, because that's a big indicator of knowing what you're meant to do. What's the need? What's the need? Look at your local church. Is there a need there? Do you see someone there who is like, has a need? Or like, look at your passions. Look at what you're naturally gifted at. Look at the things that you have skills in and say, how can I put this to the service of the Lord? I hope that this video inspires you to not just get it together for 2025, but truly get it together with Jesus. He is our helper and our present help in time of need. He loves us. He has a plan for us. And I've had to lay my will down and learn to pick up God's will and purpose for my life. The rest of this weekend was ridiculous, you guys, but the presence of God poured out in that ministers meeting in an unexpected way. And then church that Sunday was also insane. They had like almost 600 people in attendance. Our church only holds like 200 people. So you can imagine how those services went. It was incredible. We're truly living a revival in my local church. And I just feel that even in my personal life, I'm learning to trust God with the season that I'm in and to heal my heart from all the things that I've walked through. So I hope this video inspires you and I will see you next week.